What's up, world, and welcome back to another episode of Tajin Film Chill Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing another original film from our friends over at Netflix called The Apostle. Finally! Netflix comes out with a great film, and I mean truly great. Directed by Gareth Evans and starring Dan Stevens, Richard Elfyn, Paul Higgins, Bill Milner, Catrin, and Mark Lewis Jones, The Apostle is a horror fantasy thriller of a film. So here's the gist. In 1905, Thomas Richardson, played by Dan Stevens, travels to a remote Welsh island to rescue his beloved sister, Jennifer, as she is kidnapped by a mysterious cult demanding a ransom for her return. Thomas is a former missionary who was tortured when he attempted to introduce Christianity to Peking during the Boxer Rebellion and has thus abandoned religion. Thomas arrives on the island pretending to be a believer in their prophet Malcolm Howe, played by Michael Sheen, who said he was shipwrecked on the island along with two other convicts, Frank and Quinn. Howe also claims to speak for the goddess of the island. The cult's people refuse to pay taxes to the king. The island was historically uninhabited as the soil is tainted. Malcolm made the crops grow by sacrificing animals and using his own blood. Now the crops are failing. Facing starvation, Prophet Malcolm devised a plan to kidnap Jennifer for a ransom to feed his people. So that's the setup. Big bro with messed up past goes on a rescue mission to save sis from weird cult people living on a mystical island. So, since this is by far my favorite movie from Netflix this year, I will not spoil it. Let's just say that this dark and twisted horror thriller absolutely does not follow any known Hollywood formula. There are several unexpected and what the plot twists, brutal violence and fight sequences, creepy creatures in the woods, gruesome torture, and a surprising ending you won't see coming. Even if you're not a huge fan of horror, this is definitely more of a mystery thriller and the perfect film for this time of year. So let's hop into the review. Story? I give the story a 4.5. The concept of rescuing a hostage from a cult has been done before, but this was surprisingly fantastic. I was kind of blown away, actually. The fact that the island itself was a character with elements of mysticism and the brutal gore, thrilling elements was so perfectly woven together, I honestly had a hard time believing this was on Netflix. A horror film that focused more on how terrifying people can be? Brilliant. Because let's be honest, people are more f***ed up than any ghost, demon, or goblin ever could. Humans are trash. Writing. I give the writing a 4.5. For some reason, Old English dialogue always seems to play really well in this genre, and the writing was superb. My favorite parts were the monologues that we witnessed throughout. Granted, they were exquisitely delivered by the actors, but you have to act out the words on the page, and these words were truly brilliant. Acting, I give the acting a 4. Some of the best acting across the board I've seen from a Netflix original film in a very long time. Outstanding work. I was literally on the edge of my couch the entire time. Cinematography, also a 4. The cinematography was gorgeous. Epic sweeping landscape shots and some more unique camera work with the horror and thriller scenes. The cinematography enhanced the telling of the story. Great. Loved it. Loved it. Directing. I also give the directing a 4. Gareth Evans made a truly great and horrifying film based on people. Not monsters or ghosts, but the demons that live within us all. Excellent. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Absolutely great. Overall, I give it a 4. One of the best at-home watches I have seen this year. Yep, I said it and I stand by it. So there you have it. Another film, another review. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button and let me know what you think in the comments below. And lastly, do not forget to follow this little beauty, Lord George the Doodle, on Instagram. Say hi, George. George, wave hi. Hey, buddy. Isn't he? He's amazing. Hey, bud. Mwah. See you next time on Tajin Film Show Reviews. Watch this trailer.
Thomas, your sister, she's gone. These people, they're blasphemers. A cult, a disease. Bring her home.
Name? Thomas Richardson.
I dream of a world in which each waking day we rise equal. This island, it's our paradise. We have an intruder on our land. We have to find him.
Your eyes. They've seen things. Who are you?
He shall be cleansed according to the edict of this land.
The promise of the divine is but an illusion.
God is pain. God is suffering. Beware false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
Let us begin.